In this video, I got a 2016 Cadillac SRX. The touchscreen's not responsive. There's cracks in it. It needs replacing. So I got this replacement touchscreen on Amazon. Of course, it's got the touchscreen and some basic trim tools to help you with the trim on the inside of the car. So I'm going to take this video step by step. Hopefully I could do a good job to explain this each step and make this an easy process. Let's do this. So in order to fix this screen, I need to pull this whole unit out of here. So all this trim's got to come off. First thing I got to do is take this piece off. In order to take this, I need to pry away this little seam there to access two bolts that's here. And of course I'm going to do this on both sides of the center console. So we'll get in there, the pry tool from the kit.
A good solid screwdriver could probably work here as well. It takes a lot of force to open this up.
You really got to give that a good pull, but it will go. You can see I got 1 and 2 screws here. Get that out. This hole's slotted, but I'm going to take it out anyway. This one's much easier to feel. There's like a tab here, tab here. Just kind of give it a pull. Feel your way around. So you're pulling out of here and up from here. Actually, this one was pretty easy to come out. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. There, now the next thing I'm attempting to take out is this here. There's 2 bolts on here. You could just see the heads of them right here and here. What I need to do is remove this trim piece here. So just give it a little pull. Comes right out. No issue there. Take my 7mm nut driver there. This piece here has your buttons, your hazards, and your traction control. So you know there's going to be some electronic wire attached to this. So I'm gonna pry that away. I could feel the wires here, so you got to be careful not to pull that out. So we're gonna have to separate this wire in order to get it high enough to unclip it from the top. Now there's not a lot of wires here to pull, so we got to squeeze this, gently remove the connector from the housing here. In order to get this connector, it's a little too hard to squeeze with my fingers, so I got these needle nose. That did a pretty good job of giving me a grip and pulling it down. Okay, now we're gonna finish taking this out. That was fairly easy to unclip. Just pull that out. Okay, now I got all that trim out. Now I got 4 bolts holding this in. I got 1 there, 1 down here, and 2 on the other side. So let's take that out next. Now I got the 4 bolts removed. Now we can lift the whole thing. Okay, now of course we got to deal with the electrical. Let's disconnect everything from the back.
There are 3 electrical connectors. They're each individual to their own spot. Each one has tabs that holds it in place that you need to unclip to get them out.
There's 3 connections on here. One was a tab you just push down to pull it out. The other one was just kind of the same. Push that tab down, pull it out. This one, there's a tab on this side and another one on that side. You got to open up both sides in order to get that electrical connector out. So just keep that in mind when you're taking that off. So now with the electrical out, we can pull the whole unit out. Now we'll take this out, put it on the table, and do the rest of the job. There, now I got myself set up in the backyard where it's a little bit cooler for one. I got a table set up. I put a towel down in case I drop any screws. I got a couple bowls to put some screws in. And of course I got the unit from the car here. So we can place it upside down. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start off by taking these 6 bolts off. Of course, that's just gonna take our 7mm wrench again. Remove those. Got these screws removed. You can see it's wider on the bottom than it is on the top, so when you go to put it back together, it should all make sense. Now, this is, you're going to want to give a pull up, like that, and then lift off. Now let's do the same on the other side. 3 screws. There you go. Pull that up. Pull it off. All right, now we're down to this unit here. Backing here, all this off. You can kind of see where all your screws are. I'll count them as I go here. This is like a number 1 Phillips. And looks like I got to take the one on the side here off too. That one as well. Do to one side, you do on the other. Maybe this one as well. All these. Okay, just to quickly recap, I got these screws out. And I ended up taking this off. These 2 screws on the side. Now, I could pull this whole thing off. Alright, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty here. Now we got this back off. Now again, we need to get to this part. And you can see it's all in here. So now, here's the front, here's the back. Now we gotta remove the lower compartment here. So to do that, you got all these bolts on this plate holding that on. So let's go ahead. We'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws out here. So let's do that.
Actually, there was 7 screws total.
The silver-headed screw right in here, right above my finger. We got to loosen those 2.
There's a wire on here that you also need to disconnect, which I forgot to. It disconnected itself when I pulled it apart.
There, we'll just remove the lower cabinet. All right, now on to removing this touchscreen. The connection for the touchscreen right up here. To disconnect the touchscreen, I'm going to lift that black tab up, and we're going to slide that connection, that ribbon connection, out of there. Now the touchscreen is disconnected. Now we're going to work on unbolting it from the front. Now you can see the bolts here. Now we want to undo the touchscreen from this assembly here. So we got these bolts here. One in there. And of course these on the other side. So You can see with each bolt I take out, the touchscreen is starting to come loose. So just work our way around. Oh, I see there's 2 more bolts up here to take out.
I couldn't quite get the angle of the screwdriver in there, so you need to open the compartment door
that.
here.
There, now we can get to those 2 upper screws. Okay. You want to pay close attention when you take this, when you remove this touchscreen, how that cable comes in here. Okay, we're going to remove that. Well, we need to close this glove box back up, I believe. There we go. Out with the old, in with the new. Look at that. I'm just going to open this glove box back up, give us a little more room to work. And what I'll do, I'll put a little screw in here to help hold it. Okay, now I want to get that ribbon connection back in. So you just got to make sure when that black tab's up, you lay your ribbon in there. Try not to touch it with your fingers, that's why I had the needle nose. Flip that black tab down and make sure the ribbon's locked in place. That way it's not going to vibrate out. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all my screws back in to hold that touchscreen to the board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws to hold that touchscreen in. So when I pulled this part off, I didn't mention there's a tiny electrical connector here that goes into here. Orientation of our screen, our glove box is going to go here. It's going to face, of course, face the car. It's going to go something like this. Okay, so this lower unit, you line it up with the tabs in here in the bottom, push it in. It's going to straddle this piece. Just pull it toward you like that. Okay. Now, let's screw it in place. Put all these screws back. Okay, we're going to slip that cover back on. Make sure everything just slides into place there. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the coarse threaded screws. And you can tell because they go into plastic. Then you get your fine threaded screws. That goes into steel. And we're going to put those back in. See where the copper metal is there? Line it up with these holes, so at least you get a straight alignment. But you'll need the... Here we go. That one slid in nicely. All right, we got a new screen, we got the old screen. Time to put this back in the car. Okay, now let's true test here. Let's power it up. Ah, beauty. Awesome, it's back working. All right. Well, I hope this video helps you change your touchscreen. Save yourself a lot of money by doing these kind of repairs on your own. If you just follow step by step, stay organized with your tools. There's a little bit of mechanical skill involved in like holding your screws and holding the screwdriver and not dropping your screws. Just stay focused. I'm sure you can get this done. I hope this video helps. See you in the next one.